Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ken, and I'm your host of Wrestling is Awesome. And thank you for joining us on our live show. We are live every single Tuesday as we discuss everything that goes on with WWE in the last week. So if you are joining us here, please make sure you hit that like and subscribe and hit that bell to get notified. We are live on YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, because I think I have an account there, but I've never really used it, so I don't know what's happening over there. So, but the chat's here, so it'll be fine. And TikTok, we're over on TikTok as well. So we are everywhere that you're going to want to watch this. Okay, right. We've got lots to talk about. We've got SmackDown, we've got Elimination Chamber, we've got Monday Night Raw. But first, let me introduce my guests. Introducing first, Neil. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, sir. I'm doing good.
Now, that is Neil's catchphrase, isn't it? I'm doing good, sir. I'm doing good. We should get that on the t-shirt. Also joining me is Alex. How you doing, bro?
I am all good. I am going to bore you with how I'm on a cut because I cast.
Because you're cursed. Awesome. And also, who can't cut anymore because he will disappear, Mr. HR Lee. How you doing?
I'm good, buddy. I'm good. I'm back from reliving my 20s and feeling it. Epic weekend.
In a good way or a positive way?
Good way. Good way.
Good way.
Not feeling positive now.
If our WhatsApp chat was any way releasable, I thought we would be in trouble. So,
not HR approved.
No, we are a private and confidential group. What happens in WhatsApp stays in WhatsApp. Right, gents, let's talk about WWE. Thank you for everybody who's joining us on TikTok. We appreciate you. If you want to discuss anything WWE, if you've got any questions, get in the comments, be a part of the show. So this is a live show, but we actually record the show and it goes out as a podcast, and that'll be available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Audible, anywhere you can get podcasts, we are there. So if you want to be part of that and out into the podcast world, be a part of this show. Also, I'd like to point out we are a WWE affiliate. So if you'd like to support the show, you can do so by going to the link in the video, but also this snazzy new QR code, which is in the top right hand corner of the screen. You should be able to scan that. So if you've got another device, scan it. That'll take you straight to the link and shop anything WWE, and that will support the show. So yeah, we'll appreciate you in that. Right, gents, let's talk about Elimination Chamber. I was planning to live stream the event on the weekend, but unfortunately my little one got really ill and decided to throw up on me twice before midnight, so it just wasn't going to happen. But good news is he's doing well now. He just timed it to perfection. So let's talk about Elimination Chamber. And for me, probably the biggest shot and the prediction that I clearly didn't get right, because when you're right 52% of the time, you're wrong 48% of the time. Randy Orton is going to WrestleMania after winning the Elimination Chamber. Lee, did you see this coming?
Not in a million years. I would have picked Tricky Williams over Randy Orton winning that match. Yeah, great, good shock. You should have seen it coming because of what happened on SmackDown. Drew seems to be has chosen violence and has just gone nuts. But yeah, no, I didn't. And it was a pleasant surprise as well.
Yeah, it was indeed. Why Jordy Brown 1605 on YouTube. Good evening. I acknowledge my wise men Ken and Neil and Alex. We appreciate you, bro. Thank you very much. You are now famous in the podcast world. It just happened. Right. Alex, what was your thought on Randy winning the chamber? Did you see this happening at all?
Yeah, kind of.
Ooh.
Because the only other person that could have won was Cody, and I just didn't. I thought Cody. I thought Cody was gonna get screwed, because however much we'd like Trick Williams to win, however much we'd like Javon Evans to win, the only other person I actually thought had a chance was LA Knight, but he did nothing though. He did absolutely nothing.
Maybe he was going to win, but then after his jump from the second rope, they're like,
have you
nah.
seen the footage of Randy laughing at it?
Yeah, he rolled over and was just creasing up. I mean, it was cursed, but because obviously Finn Balor dropped on the same ring corner earlier in the match with his match with CM Punk, so it wasn't just an LA Knight thing.
But I'm never gonna rag on someone for something like that. Okay, he's done the top rope stuff a couple times, but he's a big guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's a big guy and he's doing a move that big guys don't do. I think the percentage that he does it is impressive. There's a percentage of when he messes it up, but he covered it. It went well. It didn't matter because he was getting low blowed and pinned anyway.
Mhm.
You know, so I'm not going to rag on somebody for having a botch, because it's just, I hate the word botch anyway.
No, I know what you mean.
Because it's a case of, you know, they're exhausted. They've been wrestling for ages, and you're going to make mistakes are going to happen. And sometimes it happens. It's like watching a footballer trip over the ball.
Yeah,
it happens.
it's true.
You know, they're paid millions of pounds and they trip. But no, I thought it was a fine event as a whole. It was a fine chamber. Obviously, we got the big thing. We got the big thing, which I'm sure we'll talk about shortly. But no, Randy winning was a good feel good moment, especially how he did it. I go, yeah, Cody, go on, just you crossroads, Drew, and literally bang, no hesitation, straight away, RKO. And I mean, one finisher done on Cody, and he didn't kick out.
It's RKO, bro. Yeah,
You don't often see Cody take a clean pin.
No, it's true. It is very true. No, I think the way that was executed it was well done. The predictions, and it came off what Rue on Wrestling, he said in our last show, was that we saw an interference happening. There's no way Drew wasn't going to get involved. And unfortunately, these elimination chambers are just full of interferences each year. It just gets more and more. But I anticipated Cody winning because I thought Drew was going to try and attack, and maybe Jacob would get involved and almost stop that happening because he wants to get his hand on Drew so much. And therefore, I thought maybe it'd be kind of that face turn where Cody would be like, you know what? You've been screwed over again and again. You should be a part of this Mania match as well, and kind of go that route. But no, it's Orton, and obviously we'll come onto it a little bit. We have a title match this Friday. Neil, any more thoughts on Randy Orton winning?
You know what? It's weird. I'm both surprised and not surprised that it happened. I'm surprised that it happened because it's like, oh, like I thought there would be a way bigger screwy finish than what there was, even though we had a screwy finish.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm not surprised because I still kind of feel like it's going to be a multi-man match. I still believe that between now and WrestleMania, they'll find some way to put Cody and Jacob Fatu and possibly someone else in that match, and
it's just going to be a multi-man match, isn't it?
It's going to be
not going to be one-on-one
like,
between.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Let's
just head.
To be honest, the only way I can see it staying a one-on-one match is if it leads to a Cody Rhodes heel turn.
Okay.
Like somebody, like during the match, someone gets screwy and interferes in the match. Cody comes out to like even the odds for Randy and then like turns on him.
Yeah.
I think they would be more likely to turn Randy than turn Cody. And listen, I love heel Randy.
From a fan perspective.
Yeah. But from a fan perspective, from a business perspective, yeah. I just don't think they're going to turn Cody anytime soon.
Yeah.
I mean, you would hope so, but I think the reason I say it probably to turn Cody is simply because Randy it doesn't matter if Randy's a heel or a face, Randy is still Randy. It's like Stone Cold. He'll, face Randy would still RKO, like, I don't know.
Everybody.
Everybody, yeah.
Everyone.
Well, he did Javon, didn't he?
Yeah, RKO, right?
And the crowd will still cheer whether he's a heel or a face.
Yeah, the crowd are going to cheer him. It doesn't matter whether he's a face or a heel. It's just, with Cody, there's a shock value to it.
Yeah, I get that.
Like, Cody turning heel is the equivalent of Daniel Bryan turning heel.
Yeah.
Like, when it happens, you're like, oh my God, it happened. It could be the worst heel run ever, but you're just like, oh my God, it happened though.
Yeah, I think t-shirt sales are going to dictate otherwise, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm just going to jump over to the chat. So Mr. T on TikTok, LA Knight drops a lot, and probably a reason why he's not given a title run. He messes up a lot. Unfortunately, with social media these days, it's probably highlighted more than it would have been previously. I think there is something to the fact that these guys don't do house shows and aren't doing these kind of shows consistently. where previously they were, and kind of a little bit more routine, where they might be only wrestling once or twice a week. Not that that isn't plenty for these guys and what they put their bodies through, but there maybe is some element to that. And people have mentioned that about injuries. But Alex made a good point in our chat where actually wrestlers worked through injuries previously on our shows and PLEs, and it's like now actually they just take care and give these people the time off they need to recover. Let's go over to the YouTube.
Just on
Yeah,
the
go on.
injuries thing with Bronson Reed's injury, he got that pulling somebody off of a cover. You're not getting calloused from that for doing more matches. That is just a unfortunate incident that happens. Bron Breakers was during working out at the gym, which pulling a hernia at the gym when you're probably trying to do the kind of weights he does, it makes sense. And Seth landed awkwardly on his shoulder.
Yeah,
You know,
just
it's like,
lots of freak incidents. Yeah,
that's nothing to do with not being calloused enough.
yeah. No, absolutely.
If I could add as well.
Yeah, go on, Lee.
I think in 10 years, 15 years time, we'll see a lot less wrestlers dead from painkiller abuse and
There you
things
go.
like they were in the late 90s and that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Great
I
point.
think it's a good thing.
You know, yeah, you're right, Lee, because I think to add to that, it's a simple thing of back in the good old days, wrestlers, one would, like you said, abuse painkillers, abuse, PDEs and other kind of drugs. But also it was a big thing of like, if you got hurt, you lost your spot and you wouldn't reclaim that spot. Seth Rollins can get injured and then come back and still be a headliner for WrestleMania. Randy Orton got majorly hurt. He needed back surgery. He came back and they're like, yeah, okay, how would you like to be in the finals of this? Or how would you like to be in this match? And here's the title match. And getting hurt nowadays doesn't equal the same problems it did back 5 years ago. Not 5 years, but back 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. So I think
It's like
when
20
people
years
get
ago,
hurt-
Bianca Belair wouldn't be out with a finger issue.
No, strap it up
Yeah.
and crack on. Yeah.
And I mean, have you guys seen the footage of what that couple looked like?
Yeah.
I'm like, put it away. Now think of that injury and think of, okay, they're giving her the time off to recuperate, and then think of I think it's Sin Cara. Middle of a match, his finger, which is supposed to be up straight, was like this.
Yeah.
Like bent like a broken pencil.
Which
And-
in the Cara, I think there have
and-
been 7 of them.
It was the first Sin Cara, right? And Alberto Del Rio's like, fuck your finger. Keep going, mate. Let's do this. And I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
he can't point at you anymore. If he points at you, he's reaching for the sky. And you're like, keep going.
Well, it's like Triple H finished a match with blown out quads. didn't
Quads,
he?
yeah. It was different then. Now it's just throw up the X's, get them out. Anyway, let's move on. We could talk about injuries for ages. Why Jordy Brown? He's left a few comments. He's touched on Seth Rollins and the Vision. So, Jordy, we're going to come back to those as we get onto the stuff that we talk about Raw. So I'm not going to forget you. But Brido, how you doing, mate? Bonjour to you too. Jumping Jeff Farmer. Yep, they turned the tables in a wrong way. I think they're talking about the Elimination Chamber finish there. Steve has said Seth versus Logan at WrestleMania, kind of leading towards that. Not that we haven't already seen that. Cody versus Randy and Drew versus Fatu. Interesting. Yeah, maybe. But I think all 4 of them are potentially going to be in the title match.
Seth versus Braun Rania.
Braun, if he's back,
If
that's
he's
that.
back.
If he's back, yeah.
Right.
Jumping Jeff also said, I'm issuing a challenge to Brock Lesnar. I'm going full force. Fair play to you, but get behind me, mate, because I got nominated last week. And Jumping Jeff also, I need Piper Niven's Lick My Ring Ya Boot shirt. Is this a thing?
I saw that on Twitter. Yeah, she was
Oh.
she was beefing with Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill's Twitter game is I don't think it's shooting, but it is hilarious.
Yeah, it is. She's better on Twitter than she is
Yeah.
defending titles. Yeah, no, I'd agree.
I've seen what's this about?
Or Jay Garga, she's been kicking off a loads of people. Her and Rhea have been having a thing on Twitter. I posted a comment, and basically she's made a comment about her not defending her title, and then she's made a comment about the amount of time that Rhea spent with creative, and like her push. And I just made a comment. Just the only reason Rhea's spending so much time with creative is she's just working out how to carry your ass through WrestleMania. I've got quite a few likes on that swear. Anyway, I digress. So, well, actually, no, I don't digress. Let's segue then to the winner of the women's elimination chamber, Rhea Bloody Ripley.
Boring.
This is a prediction I got right. This was one where as soon as the tag team title matches were announced for the SmackDown before, I think, yep, she's dropping it. Yep, she's winning that, because I don't think we wanted to see Tiff versus Jade. I think we know WWE like Tiff, but from a match quality point of view, I don't think they could have put on a great show, and I don't think the build up would have necessarily been there. They needed someone stable with, who could hold a match and really carry a match. And Rhea for me was kind of the only choice that I saw that happening, and that's how it went down. So, Neil, your thoughts on Rhea Ripley winning the chamber?
Boring.
Okay.
Boring. And the reason I say is boring is because and this is just my personal opinion, Rhea Ripley versus Jade Cargill needs to be billed like a marquee match. It needs something that needs a storyline. And for the wrestling fans who were like, oh, Jade can't wrestle, Jade can't do so, I was like, okay, fine. Build up the match, give them both time to get used to one another and develop a match that you'll enjoy, right? They can do it. Go to the performance center, backstage when whatever's going on and people can't see, and just get used to one another so they can pull off whatever they need to pull off. Oh, Rhea Ripley. Oh, Rhea Ripley won the chamber. Okay. What else is there?
Yeah.
Okay, Liv Morgan wins the Rumble, right? And we're like, oh, wow, okay, Liv's gonna do something, because there's the whole thing of which champion does she choose? And it's Liv Morgan. She's on this upward trajectory. Rhea literally got pinned the night before.
Yeah. So who else would you have had?
Nash legend.
Yeah. So who else would you have had go up against Jade at WrestleMania then?
Raquel. It's Raquel's time. It's Raquel's time.
It is.
Raquel's time.
And you know why? You have exactly what Alex is saying, right? You have Raquel win the Rumble, or not the Rumble, sorry. You have Raquel win the chamber simply because you gave her that dominant pin, right? Where she pinned for, who was it? Asuka and Kiana James?
Yeah, double pin.
Right? She double pin. So who's the last person you saw double pin someone? Was it not the Tribal Chief?
Tribal Chief, yeah.
Right? So you give the double pin. You give the double pin to Raquel. And then bye.
Okay, it was Kiana James, but it was also Asuka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Asuka is still one of the best wrestlers on the planet. Not men, not women, just one of the best wrestlers on the planet. And has incredible aura. And to see that was phenomenal. I'm like, oh, this could be it for Raquel.
Yeah.
And then I think she went out quite weakly as well, because it was a weird cannonball thing.
Yeah.
I think cannonball thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
think Raquel's...
the idea of it was good.
Yeah.
The execution was not, but the idea.
Yeah. I think Raquel's, performance in and around the ring is so much better as well. Her promo work. When you look at some of the in-pod footage, she's hilarious, as she's having the best time. And so, yeah, look, maybe it wasn't her this year. I think maybe SummerSlam is probably going to be her time. I think that's where she will get a push, and maybe it's going to be her and Liv. Maybe Liv takes the title, and then it's her and Raquel in SummerSlam. So I think that's probably where they're going to be going. Go on, Neil.
How much better would it have been if Raquel won the chamber, and then both Liv and Raquel are going to WrestleMania to become champions? The whole storyline leading up to it is Judgment Day are going to rule the women's division. They get to Mania. Liv wins with Raquel's help. Raquel loses because Liv doesn't help.
Yeah.
Then we automatically build to now you've got that tension going forward, and then whatever pay-per-view you decide to have it at, you have Liv versus Raquel.
Yeah. Because Because what
It writes itself.
Because what's the story with Rhea and Jade?
It's just I'm the bigger bitch. I think that's the story. I think that's all
know
we
that
got.
Rhea Hogan's. The thing is, I think going into that match, unless they are going to pull something, Rhea's winning that match.
Hmm.
And we
Did you
kinda
just call her Rhea Hogan?
Yeah. You know, they keep calling Becky Hogan. No, Rhea wins everything. Okay, she can pin on SmackDown, but Rhea does win. Rhea does win everything.
Yeah.
And she's being portrayed this massive thing. And also, I am starting to feel sick with the whole love-in between her and EO.
I didn't like that
Honestly,
segment on Raw
that
at all.
was horrible.
It was awful. It really was. It didn't even answer the question that was asked. Anyway, shout out to Steve. Jay Cargill is the Wendy's customer service of wrestling. 100%. Absolutely love that.
I don't get that. I don't get that reference.
So Wendy's, the burger chain, their customer service is brutal on Twitter X. Just in terms of the way they reply to people and call people out, it is fantastic. So yeah, no, I totally get that reference.
I need to follow Wendy's on Twitter.
Yeah, you have to. They're bloody
You
great.
need to find the person called customer service.
Yes.
It's not Wendy's customer service. Just find the person called customer service on Twitter.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It is.
Beautiful.
They people just fall for it constantly. Yeah, the way they come up with things is fantastic. Just a shout out to everybody on TikTok. Thank you very much. Make sure if you've got any questions or comments, put them in the chat. Be a part of the show because this goes out as a podcast onto Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Audible. Anywhere you get a podcast, it will be converted on there. Also, make sure you hit like and subscribe if you're watching us on YouTube. We appreciate that. And also, we are a WWE affiliate. So this barcode that you'll see up in the corner, if you scan that with another device, you'll be able to support the show by buying any of your WWE merchandise through that link. Also, the link will be in the description of this video as well. We've talked a lot about the Chamber, but we've still only covered 2 matches. So let's start powering through. AJ Lee is your new Women's Intercontinental Champion. I don't really care. I thought the match was fine, but that has actually gone on to her issuing like an open challenge almost on Raw. She's saying she wants to be a fighting champion, a defending champion, and she looks like she's going to have some matches on Raw leading up to WrestleMania. So whether she'll still be the champion there, or whether they have all these little matches, which leads then into a multi-person match, because so many people are involved up to Mania, that might be the way that they're going. Any thoughts around AJ Lee winning?
Predictable.
Yeah, see, I actually didn't think. I thought it'd be a cheat win by Becky to run it back at Mania. So, because I thought with Punk winning and her winning, I did in the same town, their hometown, I didn't quite see it, but
That's exactly why I saw it.
right,
Because it was in their hometown, and then they got to come out and she came and celebrated at the end with and they celebrated together. And then there was a disgusting photo from Punk with him wearing him doing what Maxine Dupree has done, and
Stacey Keibler,
Stacey Keibler,
yeah,
where he put the belt over his penis and the
other one over his chest,
the other one over his boobs. Yeah, I didn't like it, but
I never want to win the World Heavyweight Championship after that.
Just give me the replica. I don't want that one. Yeah. What else? So obviously CM Punk retained against Finn Balor. Good match. It was a clean match. I was surprised kind of by the finish. And it was a straight 1, 2, 3. So obviously predictable. But I think I like the way it played out. So any comments on that?
Yeah, I think
progress the story.
I think Finn made CM Punk look a bit old and slow. He was just as far as the wrestling was concerned, I think he was a step ahead.
Yeah,
and you can just see the quality. I mean, I know Finn Balor is in general terms an older wrestler, but he still wrestles like he's a 20-year-old. It's phenomenal.
Yeah,
and I think it was. I think he led that match, but it was great. It was a great to and from battle. There was lots going on. There was a couple of woo moments, but. It was never going to happen for Finn, unfortunately. But it's leading towards lots of other stuff for the Judgment Day.
Yeah,
if Finn Balor doesn't become at least World Heavyweight Champion by the end of 2026, I genuinely would be surprised.
Okay. Yeah.
I would not I think Finn Balor's in AJ Styles territory now, where he's just going to put on great matches, never actually win the big one. A good, reliable.
No, I think when you really think about it, I think it's because you're right about the AJ Styles comparison, but I think because he hasn't had a run with a world heavyweight title, I think it's the prime opportunity to give it to him.
I can see him going maybe with the WWE Championship for a period, because at the end after a draft or something like that, maybe an Intercontinental Championship win. But the thing is, with Punk as your champion, they're not going to run that match back again if he retains at WrestleMania. And if Roman wins at WrestleMania, he's hanging on to that belt for at least another year. So I just don't see it happening for him. So
Roman wins, it's a short reign.
You reckon?
I reckon so. Roman Reigns is not doing no more full-time schedules.
He doesn't have to be for a champion, though.
This is true, but I'm not saying he's going to win because I don't guarantee he will, but I'm saying if he does win, I imagine that it's just a quick reign because the expectation is, the last time he won this title, he held it for so long, COVID came and went.
Yeah, maybe.
Right.
But Finn's not going to be the one to go over against Roman. But yeah, maybe.
Hang on. So a very quick fantasy book. Roman wins the title. If you think it's a short reign, who's dethroning him?
Seth
Probably
Rollins.
Gunther or Seth.
Anybody, Gunther, Obafemi, there are multiple people. And the thing is, I think we're all under the impression that Roman could win it and then he has to lose it clean. Roman can get cheated out of a title. And in fact, considering his last title reign, him getting cheated out of a title is perfect. And whoever cheats him out of the
Poetic
title,
justice. Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is, whoever cheats him out of the title, their whole thing could be like, you know what? I'm not going through this tribal chief crap again. You're not going to be here forever and ever and ever. I saw you have that title. Get rid of it. Nah, it's done. Hell, you could have the Money in the Bank winner take it from whoever. Remember,
That's a good shout. That's a good shout. Money in the Bank. Yeah. Last minute cash in. Let's just go over to the chat. Jumping Jeff Farmer, Ray and Io going to have a mega power style breakup eventually. Yeah, 100%. We thought it might be this Mania, but I think I can't see that happening now. But maybe it might be SummerSlam if Rhea does win the title. Io moves over as well. But maybe they are just splitting them up for the time being and they'll save it for Mania next year. Maybe they might go on another tag title run and bring them back together again and then they kind of split up. Why, Geordie, would be nice to see Oba take the belt from Roman if Roman wins at Mania. Oba would be the perfect wrestler to take it from him. Yeah, I agree. And then Roman could be on the shelf for a period and then he'll come back. So yeah, no, I can totally see that happening. What else have we got? So, and Danhausen makes his very evil WWE debut. Obviously the box was built up. Now, is this social media's fault for building it up too much and having unrealistic expectations of it being Chris Jericho and all this other stuff that could happen? Or is it fine the way it played out and it's the fans' problem, not WWE's?
I sat on my bed while my wife was getting ready for us to go out, watching this happen, and as I saw the box open, so you had Pierce and Aldis open the box and run away for some weird reason, and there's a coffin in it, and I'm like, this is a weird Jericho persona.
Yeah.
He's like going to be the new Undertaker, because I was still believing it was going to be Jericho.
Right.
And then some really weird music hit, and some women came out dressed like vampires, and then a vampire came out. Now, I'd heard the name Danhausen before. I had no idea who Danhausen was. He came out to no reception, eventual boos. I yelled at the telly and went, I waited 3 weeks for this. And then he walked over to Michael Cole, gave him some teeth, and then disappeared.
He did.
I just sat the name my mouth open going, what?
The turkey?
Gobbledygook.
The gobbledygook.
Yeah, it was basically the 2020. Yes, it was. It was the
Not quite as
2026
bad as the
gobbledygook.
gobbledygook.
It was.
Do
you know what?
Off now.
No, do you know why? Because the Gobbledygooker could have been at that time. The Gobbledygooker could have wound up. He could have had a title run, right? Right. And it wouldn't have been for ages. And it was a really long time, wasn't it? It was a really long time. It was way longer than the freaking the box. And it was just like, okay.
Listen,
and then
I
it
think-
was him.
Listen, I think the problem is people thought it was Jericho.
Yeah.
It had been, but I think Sam said it in our WhatsApp chat that he is potentially stuck in AEW limbo and
Yeah.
can't get out of whatever it is he's stuck in, and there isn't maybe a plan yet to bring him on because maybe it's not confirmed. So that's my fault for getting too overexcited that Jericho was coming back. And then I was like, okay, I have no idea who this guy is. I heard Danhausen mentioned in his theme tune, which is how I then realized, I've heard this name before.
Right. Okay.
And now I've done nothing but watch videos of Danhausen, and now I love him.
Well, this is the thing. I had no idea who he was either. The only reason I knew of the name is because I'd watched like Santi predictions, and they'd mentioned about Danhausen, the fact that he's from Chicago, I think, which is another indication why they thought it might be him. And he'd been signed previously. Yeah, exactly. So that's why he's been debuted there. But to do it at PLE is kind of a strange thing. But as Steve says, he's a new generation R-Truth. So that is his shtick. A bit of comic relief. And look, he made his debut, but what he did do is he put a curse on Dominic Mysterio on Monday Night Raw. And now your new Intercontinental Champion is Penta. So he's had an immediate impact.
Match.
Great match.
What a match. I mean, we all know Penta can go, but Dominic just improves and improves and impresses me more and more with every single match. And not just in-ring ability, the psychology of it all as well. He does it all so brilliantly. They played it really well with the Judgment Day boys at the side of the ring. That was a perfect match as far as I'm concerned. That was brilliant. I thoroughly enjoyed that.
Yeah, that was my prediction of what would happen. Ron Wrestling, he kind of was doing his Raw preview, and I went on there and I said, well, what if actually the Judgment Day don't do anything? Because that's been, his shtick. Finn Balor's like, do it for yourself. And they indicated it before the match, and then it happened during the match. He asked for the hammer for the ring bell. JD was going to help him. Finn's like, no, let him do it himself. And that's it. And he's still your AAA Mega Champion. But yeah, I thought it was a fantastic match. You know what? I just want to shout out to Corey Graves as well, because I haven't watched really any AAA. I've only seen a few highs. He was fantastic in his commentating and bringing to life everything that happens in AAA, and his knowledge is brilliant. I mean, he keeps naming moves. I'm like, and referencing wrestlers who's made it.
I had to rewind
famous.
that.
Yeah, exactly. He's talking about the tournament with the Grande Americanos and all this. His stuff that he brings from there is fantastic. So just shout out Corey Graves.
Corey's next. To be fair, apart from Joe Tess, we have excellent commentators. I'm done with Joe Tess now.
Yeah.
I gave him a lot of chance, but it's just not the right voice or person for it. He's too much Dr. Obvious.
I agree. Lee, what are we still going to get? Dom versus Finn at WrestleMania? Do you see that being a match?
Yeah, I can see that being a good Mania match. I think it'd be excellent. Dom takes after his dad, doesn't he? He's got wrestling in his blood.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Eddie. But yeah. Oh no, what more can you add to it? It was fantastic. I've watched it twice, to be honest. I watched it once morning, once this evening. Yeah.
It was great. And it's great to see these titles being put onto the shows, because PLEs, because they're only usually like 5 matches now. It is really great to see these matches. And now it kind of makes you have to tune in weekly or find out what's happening or make sure you avoid spoilers, because that was one thing that was spoiled before I got a chance to see the show. Why Jody Brown? First Mexican-born international champion. Penta made history. Finally nice to see Penta finally level up. Felt like they haven't done much with Penta since he came to WWE. So nice to see him top. Yeah, he had a great debut. Started out really well. Kind of floated around the mid-card a little bit. Had a few tag team matches and weird feuds. But then, yeah, this kind of sudden ascension, and I'm glad they didn't wait too long to pull the trigger. Alex,
But I've liked the ascension. He's had a lot of ups and downs. I think it's worked because the man is so over.
oh, so over.
Like,
Yeah, we saw it on Unreal Season 2, the way Paul Heyman was talking about him.
yeah, the second his music hits, it's like, oh, and I went through a phase of not getting it, but all of a sudden, though, the last few weeks, I've just seen it build and build and build. And they did a really good promo with him. I think was it the promo today? Or was the promo last week? But they did a really good promo with him, and that went really, really well. I'm just like,
I think it was last week.
It's his time now, and he can do it.
Yeah, oh, they did a promo before the match this week as well, where they did a video package with the subtitles, which really works. Yeah,
Again, just works really well, and I think he'll be a great Intercontinental champion. I think he can go on a similar kind of run to what Carmelo Hayes is doing with the US.
I hope they give him. I hope they give Penta a one-on-one match at Mania. I don't want to see him in a man.
Yeah.
I don't know who but Chad Gable would be the dream, to be honest. But he's gonna be wrapped up.
Yeah, I mean, he mentioned about being first in line, right? So I can imagine, but it depends if they're going to wrap up this Americano stuff before then.
That needs to wrap up.
Yeah, I think it's dragging on a bit now.
It's not got 7
Anyhow, that's a match that takes place at WrestleMania. I'm going to bed.
Dusty said, did you see the tweet from Danhausen asking Pentahausen to teach him the evil little walk and they'll be even? No, brilliant. I love that. See, look, Danhausen's making impacts already. I think he will be a great addition. I think he will in the right capacity. Right, so let's run through a couple of little things. So who attacked Jey Uso? Do we think it is actually the Vision to create that spot for Logan Paul? Or we think it's someone else?
It's someone who's not in the business yet. It's someone who's going to turn up.
You reckon?
Keys.
Or is it someone like gunning for it?
Royce Keys.
Yeah, I know. It's very strange. I heard rumors that he lied about his age or something when signing, and now they're unsure about how to deal with it. But they've been plugging his podcast with Steph quite heavily. So I don't think
it's really boring.
Right. Okay. Well, I don't think they're necessarily not involved in him, but I don't know what their plans are for him. Okay. So, but is it someone maybe going after the tag team championships? Is that, someone who could have attacked Jey? And actually, first of all, did you see the attack on Jey coming? Did you think he was going to be in the chamber? Was it a surprise?
I think the attack was a surprise. I just thought he'd be that. Oh, they put him in the chamber.
But
I mean, when you're in a match with 6 people. No, when you're in the match with 6 people, to me, at least, it was obvious. In my mind, I was just like, Jey Uso, he's going to be the first guy. He's going to be the last guy in the ring. He's going to yeet his way up. He's going to climb on somebody's pod and be yeeting and yeeting and yeeting. Probably climb on Logan's pod and just yeet his heart till his heart content. And then be in the match and be the first man eliminated.
Yeah. No, I didn't see it coming, but when you look back, it was actually really obvious because Seth had no way back otherwise. They couldn't have got Seth on the show without someone from the Vision in the chamber.
In the match. Yeah.
So when you look back at it, because it was supposed to be Bronson, right? So it's supposed to be Bronson. I think it would have been Bron Breakker. And then obviously it wasn't, so it had to be Bronson Reed. He's injured, so it has to be Logan Paul. Now, he's been attacking the Vision, obviously, but in terms of a match for WrestleMania, Logan Paul and Austin Theory weren't in the Vision when they attacked him. But I think that's why they focused on him attacking Heyman on Raw, because actually he's the only original member that he's really got the beef with. The other guys are kind of just an afterthought, and they've kind of replaced him. And I think a match with him, Logan Paul at WrestleMania, it doesn't do it for me because we've seen it at Mania. But so this comes back to a little bit what Jordy Brown said earlier. So Seth Rollins just returned. There's no sign of Bron Breakker, and Seth has never lost his world championship. It's true, and beat both Roman and CM Punk last year at WrestleMania. If they wanted to, they could easily put him in a match instead of it just being Roman and Punk. Now, this is something that I thought they might do, is run that triple threat back this year, including Seth, with the title on the line. But I think, and we'll come on to it, the feud between Punk and Roman, I don't think it needs it now. I think it overcomplicates it if you put Seth in, so I'd keep him away from that. And what happened with the Vision? Let's say they attack Jey Uso and now feud with Usos for Mania for the tag titles. Why not? Or break them up, I really don't care. It's a tricky one. They want to keep this faction going until those guys come back. Going after the tag championships is not a bad shout for Logan Paul and Austin Theory.
That's where it's going.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
so I said therefore I don't necessarily being a problem with the Vision taking out Jey Uso because it could lead to that. But Lolly in our WhatsApp group, she made a really good point. Austin Theory does a lot, but at the same time nothing, and that's kind of how I feel about him. I don't like this character at all. It does nothing for me. He's a great talent. His in-ring work is great. He looks great. I do not like this character at all.
I prefer the ego monster of the original Austin Theory.
Yes.
So at least he had some character.
Yes.
How do we feel about Logan Paul getting 3 pins in the chamber? I have an
Loved it.
opinion on this. I want to hear your opinions first, and then I'm going to give my opinion.
Loved it, because you know
Yeah.
what? I think the problem we have, here's where the problem lies. Can you separate someone's person or personality from their job? Can you take away how good someone is at their job from are they likable as a person, right? Because Logan Paul as a man, as a person, can be very dislikable, right? He has a history of doing things that make him dislikable. That doesn't work in the real world. In professional wrestling, it works perfectly. And he's the guy that you love to hate. He's the guy that you love to see get hurt, or not hurt, but you love to see him get drilled with somebody's finisher. You love to see him get pinned. You love to see him get thrown out of a match.
Get his comeuppance.
But yeah, exactly. You love to see him get his comeuppance. But at the same time, he has the talent that if you put that talent on another superstar, we'd be screaming for this person to be given a world title shot.
Yeah, it's true. That's a really good point. Why Jordy Brown said the 3 pins for Logan was meant for Bronson Reed, surely giving him the big monster spot, but with him injured, Logan had to take over. Yes and no. I mean, they could have done the eliminations any way they want. I think if Bron was in there, that would have been the right thing to do. But
No.
Alex, go on.
I think the reason for the 3 pins was to piss the fans off.
Yeah.
I mean, it was done entirely intentionally to go, no, we're not going to let Logan Paul do this. No way. And they are leading into it. Logan Paul knows he's not liked.
Yes.
Logan Paul knows a lot of his heat is go away heat. I think there is respect there for him for what he's been able to achieve, but people still don't like him. He still has a lot of heart winning to do, and that's going to take a long time.
Yeah.
It's better that he's now here permanently, and he is being a proper full timer, which is great. And him being aligned with Paul Heyman, who's now dead, is also good. But yeah, so I've said this before. I like Logan Paul the wrestler, but I think of the Logan Paul the human being is actually unimportant because I don't really know Logan Paul the human as anything else other than a YouTuber, so I don't really care. And I think all I see is a talented young man who's taken very well to this industry with like nobody else, and he can piss the fans off, which is great. That's what we want from a heel.
Yeah, absolutely. Just heading over to the chat. So Steve, I love the fact, chat's kicking off. I love the fact that they use Seth's wrestling school guys, almost like the Vision being the wrestlers of tomorrow. Yeah. So all the guys that were in the mask and the ones that have been unveiled on the TV and in the chamber before Seth appeared were from his wrestling school. So it'd be interesting to see whether they actually appear on TV with him when he comes back as like his new Vision, and whether he has like this brand new talent with him, or whether they're just kind of bodies just as the distraction. Richard, good to have you on the chat, Richard. Thank you very much. Yes, we are going to talk about Punk Roman. That'll be up next. Richard, if Bronson was in the chamber, he wouldn't have got 3 eliminations. Don't forget Logan Paul stole one of them. It's true. It ticked off the fans and geared us up for a fantastic finish. Yeah, it's to create that heel character in the chamber thinking, no, he possibly can't keep going. So yeah, no, I agree with that. Just on another note, the PC is listening. I've just seen a video on Facebook of Danhausen doing an interview during COVID wearing a bee suit. God, love algorithms. Brilliant. Right, so let's talk about CM Punk and Roman Reigns. Roman with his 15-minute entrance, and Punk with at least 10 minutes. They left him about 8 minutes to talk at the end. I thought again a really good promo. People said that online that CM Punk got the better. I thought Roman came off better, but the line delivered by Punk about burying Roman Reigns next to his father, how do we feel about that? Because for me,
Roman would have approved it. There's no way
yeah.
that line's getting said without Roman approval.
I hope
I'm
so.
fine with it.
I hope so because obviously he kept referring him to Phil. We know that Punk doesn't like that. It'd be interesting to know how much leeway they had and what kind of lines were authorized. Because for me, that made me not like Punk. Do you know what I mean? So
Welcome to our world.
I
Welcome
know.
to mine and Alex's world.
I
We don't like
know-
Punk.
I know how you feel about CM Punk.
That was not a babyface promo.
This is right.
No,
No,
it wasn't.
Forget all of that. Here's the thing. What was the relevance of saying I'm going to bury you next to your father?
It was
Right?
stupid.
Here's the thing. Roman Reigns' father passed away a while back,
Mhm.
right? It's not like, oh, and the thing is, Roman Reigns, he never hypes up and pipes up about his dad. If that line was delivered to Cody Rhodes, then you're like, ooh,
Yeah.
ooh, you said that. Because we're like, well, we know how big Dusty Rhodes was. Everyone knows who Dusty. We feel the impact of what he did today.
Mhm.
Other than Roman's father being who he is, right? Being a former superstar, a legend of the ring, right? A Samoan legend. Other than that, there's no relevance. That would be like, oh, saying the line to The Rock because, oh, his dad's Rocky Johnson.
Mhm.
So what? Right?
Mm.
So when Punk delivered that line, I was like, you just needed some kind of comeback, and that was the best thing you could come up with. Even if it was authorized, yeah, it probably was authorized. But I'm like, you needed to try and say something. And it's like, that was literally that was a promo equivalent of, yeah, your mum.
Your mom.
I was literally the wrestling equivalent, the promo equivalent of being like, oh, yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, all of that, yeah, your mum.
But your mum's the best cuss there is, though.
It was stupid. It was a babyface threatening to murder someone.
Yeah.
It was in its simplest form. It was dumb.
It was.
It was
It's the line that just didn't feel right with the promo. And the rest of it was
The
fantastic.
whole thing.
Absolutely.
If he really wanted to land something, Roman called Punk Phil about 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
He should have
You
finished
can't
it.
call him Joe once.
It just called him
Yeah.
Joe at the end.
Yeah.
Said,
yeah.
"See it, Mania, Joe."
Joe.
Like, yeah.
100%, mate. 100%.
He
So-
even, and the thing is, he even almost got there. He even almost got there where he said something. I can't remember what it was, but he like Punk made some kind of. It was like he was alluding to a reference of basically like how Roman, takes so much time off and all of that, right?
Mhm.
And at that moment, you could have just been like Joe, but he called him Roman, and I'm just like,
yeah.
this brother's been calling you Phil for some time.
Mm-hmm.
You can't call him Joe once.
It's not no issue calling the Rock Dwayne, has he? I don't see why he was so
Dwayne.
reluctant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. The chat's kicking it off and just beat me to it because this is the point I was going to make. Steve, I'm waiting for Roman to slap back with a Larry line. Yeah. And Geordie Brown, Punk says, I'll bury you next to your dead father. Get ready for weeks to come where Roman drops I'm the big dog. You've got a dead dog. So, yeah, 100%. Richard, should all the rooms at the port... Hang on. Oh,
He's redacted it.
should all the rooms of the port ticket sales? I feel like the gloves are absolutely off. They're going to create a mother of all rivalries going into the second night of Mania. Apologies, typo. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think look, it's a great promo, good heat. Didn't like that particular line, but I think who do you think came off better? Was it Roman?
Roman, clearly,
Roman.
right?
Yeah.
Forget my dislike of Mr. Brooks, right?
Yeah, mine
Let's
too.
keep it right. We're gonna keep it a buck. What did Roman say? Roman said, we didn't bring you in to be champion. We brought you, and what is it? We brought you in to sell a couple t-shirts.
Yeah,
Punk is one of the highest. Punk is one of the highest merch sellers.
And draw a crowd in Chicago,
right?
Yeah.
Draw a crowd in Chicago, right? Here's the thing. What have been CM Punk's some of his biggest moments, right? Elimination Chamber in Chicago. War Games. Was that not in Chicago?
Yeah, I think so.
That when he returned and Seth was losing it in the ring,
Mhm.
did that not happen in Chicago? Right. So it's we brought you in to do what you are doing. Draw
They
a
brought
couple
him in to
fans
stop
in Chicago.
They brought him in to stop the fans taking over the shows.
Right, yeah.
It was CM Punk Charles when he's not even there.
For the only thing that would have made Roman's thing better is if we said we brought you in to possibly get the hype going for maybe some ice cream bars.
Yeah.
That would have eaten him. But other
Brought you in to allow me to have more time off. For
Time off, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And the thing was, when Roman started walking away and Punk grabbed him and spun him and was like, "You're gonna listen to me now," I was like, "All right, Syndrome, chill out." Right?
It was like a
was like,
tantruming teenager.
Yeah.
Like,
he felt
you
like
lost it.
Syndrome talking to Mr. Incredible. I was just like, "No, you lost it."
Yeah,
Rob
and
dropped him.
yeah, and the part that I really liked, and Jumping Jeff has just mentioned this as well. Punk said to Roman about him bringing him in, bringing him into the company with
Yeah.
the Shield, and Roman's like, the other two, not me, because that wasn't his decision. That was WWE creative and Vince wanting Roman as part of it, and he didn't pick him. Jumping Jeff said it was Chris Hero apparently wanted him
Cassius Ono in WWE.
as the third person of the Shield. So
Mhm.
really good point. And
Really?
mm,
You didn't know that?
No.
yeah,
The Shield was basically
Oh no, really?
Yeah, the Shield was Punk's idea. He wanted Cassius
know that.
Ono, Ambrose, and yeah,
Does Ono work into? How does Ono pair with? Well, obviously doesn't. With
Well, don't forget
was-
at the time they wanted him, he did not look like the Cassius Ono that in your mind right now. He looked a little bit closer towards what Roman Reigns looked like.
yeah,
He was a big name on the indies as well, like
Yeah.
Ambrose and Rollins were.
yeah.
Punk's indie friend, really.
Yeah, and I loved it. The fact that I'm going to put you on a John Cena retirement tour. I'm going to bust you down to NXT so you can kind of raise the new superstars, and then I'm going to smash them when they come. I just thought Rome was on fire on this one. I thought he was great.
I have a question. There was a huge theme running through Roman's promo, and that was we. And I when I was listening to it and watching it, I thought, who is we? Who is he actually talking about? Is he talking about WWE as in like
Yes.
the board? Or
Yeah, but I mean, Punk
is
kind of
there more
mentioned it,
to it?
didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And he's like, is there a bigger we than we know?
Mm.
Is it we, me, and The Rock? Is it? Do you know what I mean? Is it like who is the we, the royal we? So yeah, Richard, with all the we talk from Roman, got me thinking. Since the fans are annoyed with Triple H, they could lean into it. Maybe the corporation is going to help Roman get his title back at Mania. Maybe,
Authority 2.0.
yeah, I don't see Triple H being involved in
3.0.
that now. I don't see that being a role at all now. I mean, there might be somebody else backstage, more of a general manager type of role, but yeah, it's not going to be Triple H.
Vince is coming back. He's going to do it.
Yeah.
It's a Rock.
By the
Rock
way,
would
by the
go
way,
awesome.
by the way,
The Rock, exactly. If there's going to be anyone, it'd be him. Yeah.
can we? By the way, there's lots of rumors that Vince could possibly be coming back. First of all, no, he's not. Second of all, can we all please have some sense and remember how shit WWE was up until the time he left?
For a long time.
It was awful.
Which is why we started this podcast as
As
bitching about wrestling. Yeah. And then it got good and we're like, oh, I've changed the name.
then it was like wrestling's.
Well, look, do you know what?
Gone back to awesome.
But you know what? I think the point on that is, Alex, right? That people, you always look at history with rose-tinted glasses, and I saw a thing where people were talking about how often wrestlers get injured, right? And they were talking about, all these wrestlers get injured under Triple H's regime. Like, he's terrible at his job. And then someone was like, let's not act like Vince didn't get injured by Vince. Right? He got injured. Yeah. I think you posted that. It was like, Vince got injured
by under Vince.
Yeah, exactly.
Vince got injured under Vince by getting in the ring. And I was like,
Brilliant.
But I think there's loads of this stuff against Triple H, which is like, there's all the adverts in the ring. You think Triple H has anything to do with that? No. All TKO. He has
hold on.
nothing.
He's head of creative.
Title is head of creative.
Yeah.
He is head of creative. So when WWE creates something, that's him. You don't like the advertising? Talk to Khan.
He's in
He doesn't book the venues. He doesn't. Do you know what I mean? He's not booking Vegas and Saudi. He goes along with that's TKO. That's TKO money. It's got nothing to do with Triple H. So, anyway, let's talk. What else are we going to talk about? WWE Championship this Friday on SmackDown. So after the Chamber went off air, we had the post show, and then obviously Nick Aldis, he approached Drew McIntyre, got in his face the fact that he kind of got interrupted in the Chamber, and he went out and officially made a match this Friday, Drew versus Cody for the championship. What is going to go down?
Violence.
Hope I am wrong, because I still think there's going to be this big multi-man match, and I think this is the perfect way to get to your multi-man match. Is you have those two going at it, have it Cody's clearly going to win, some kind of screwy thing happens. Oh, Nick Aldis is like, right, you play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Now you have to add. Now I'm adding Cody to the match. But I'd love it if he didn't, and Cody just won clean, and then we had Cody versus Randy, just so Randy can get number 15 nicely. I don't care who turns heel on that one. Just as long
Do
as
we
he can
care
get
about Randy getting 15?
I care about Randy getting 15. Do you know what? I care about Randy getting 15 because I don't want Randy to be tied with anyone anymore. Like
Who's he tied with?
Triple H.
Tied with the game.
So yeah, he's not winning then.
Lee, you do realize this podcast is being recorded. Don't put them guns up again, right? You're gonna get us banned.
I don't know. I mean, it seems crazy to me because Randy's kind of he's doing matches with Jelly Roll and like Joe Hendry last year, and suddenly now he's like back in the main event of WrestleMania, and maybe it's his dues because he's been doing that and helping put over the different kind of talent and stuff like that. I don't see it being a one-on-one. If it's going to be a one-on-one match, it would be with Cody. It's not going to be with Drew. But I do think it's going to be the multi-man match. I think if Cody was to win it now, you'd look back and say this was a shocking title reign by Drew, and I think he deserves better than that.
I agree.
So I think that would be a really poor decision for him to do that. Jacob Fatu is there, right? He keeps getting screwed over. Nick has promised him, you're going to get your chance. You're going to get your chance. I don't see it being any other than a fatal four-way at WrestleMania. I think it has to get there.
I see Jacob Fatu messing up this match. On Friday, then there is no way there's going to be a finish, and then it's going to be Jacob. And I think they could pull the trigger on Jacob winning the title.
So do I.
Yeah.
I feel the same way. I feel if it's a fatal four-way,
It'd be the one person you would not suspect to win it out of Cody, Drew, and Randy Orton.
the one guy who's never been world champion.
But again, I'm in the camp of I want Drew to have the championship forever because I love Drew McIntyre. He's the best person in the company at the moment as far as I was concerned, and he does deserve better. But maybe that leans into his character anyway, which is, for God's sake, I'm trying to just compete on my own and do the matches properly. I didn't even get pinned for the title.
Yeah.
Because that's what's going to happen. Because Randy can take the pin from Jacob, or have Cody take the pin. Because I've said this before, Cody can take as many pins as he wants at the moment.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't
Doesn't hurt his character at all.
doesn't matter. He could just get battered around. But yeah, stick them all in a cell.
Yeah.
Four-way cell would be awesome.
So what if Jacob gets involved in the match and Cody ends up winning the title? You have a triple threat match between Randy, Cody, and Jacob Fatu, and then Drew and Nick Aldis go one-on-one at Mania. Steve has said, do you think Nick Aldis is ready to dust off the boots? Richard has said the same. Drew deserves this one, sorry. Steve is right. I'm the only one that knows that Nick Aldis took off his jacket, squared up to Drew. Guy looks in great shape. He's been in shape for a long time. Is he ready for a comeback?
If Mickey James was your wife, you'd be in great shape too.
Is he married to Mickey James?
Yeah, did you not know this?
I didn't know that. That's new
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah, and she's been putting some
Maybe
fire
that's
Instagram
her.
out lately. Jeez. But yeah, and Richard, Drew deserves a strong long title reign. What they could do is if Jacob wins it, Drew wins Money in the Bank and cashes in at SummerSlam. Drew won it last year. I don't want him to win it again. There's other characters. I think someone like Dirty Dom, I think would be perfect for Money in the Bank. Move him on to that next scene,
Mhm.
or Jacob Fatu, him or Bronson Reed, someone like that that can create fear of holding the briefcase. So I think if Jacob Fatu doesn't win at Mania, have him win the briefcase, and that is far more fearful than anybody else.
I want Dirty Dom. I want CM Punk to lose at Mania. I want Roman to be the champion. I want Dom to win Money in the Bank. I want Dom to pin Roman, steal the
Can you
championship.
imagine?
Dom with
He
Money
goes
in
from
the
being the guy launched out of the ring by Roman Reigns
Yeah.
to go into the guy pinning him and taking the championship.
Dom
And
needs
then
to
you know
win
what?
the bank.
And what I need is that to happen, and I need there to be a promo with Dom as the champion, and I need him to say, "You Roman, you launched me into stardom," and then show that clip.
Yeah. It all started with you. My Jordy Brown says Alex is learning a lot from today's pod. Yeah. He is
All
indeed.
background simulation stuff. It's not real stuff.
What else can we talk about? Irresistible Forces are our new tag team champions. I thought the writing was on the wall, but they came out with a new title draw. They came out with a new music. And yeah, I think they'll be
Is
a
it new
dominating
music
force.
or is it just generic, the same as
It's-
everybody else's music?
It's a variation of music that we've heard before. Yes, I'm sure.
So
Yeah, I mean, look, it's the way that they don't have to pay licenses. Where Tony Khan is happy to pay money for whatever song any superstar wants. WWE are like, no, it's like that Eddie Murphy joke about McDonald's. You know, it's just like,
Yeah.
I want McDonald's. No, I'll make you hamburgers at home. It's
We got McDonald's out.
we got McDonald's at home. Exactly. We got music at home. That's fine. We'll give you
Turns the
something.
bread into a pink paste.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
That far too many times.
Oh, mate, that I used to live on that at
Lee-
college. I used to listen to that on my way home from
Eddie
work.
Murphy Rawley.
Yeah,
I can see you're just like, it means nothing.
Never
Eddie
seen it.
Murphy Raw.
mate.
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy Delirious,
and then
Eddie Murphy Raw. Watch it. We lived on that during college.
In that order.
Yeah, Delirious
then
first.
Raw.
Then Raw, 100%. Right. Look, just a quick shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you very much for being here. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe, hit that bell to get notified to let you know when we're going on our live show every week or any other episodes we end up doing. Thank you over for TikTok, everyone who's joining us there. Add your thoughts in the comments. If you've got any questions, get involved in the show because this actually goes into a podcast, which will then go onto Apple and Spotify and everywhere else you get a podcast. And thank you for the 6,000 likes for the show. Really appreciate it. Right. What else are we going to talk about? So we talked about that. Liv Morgan promo. I loved that promo. That video package backstage. She looked incredible. She sounded incredible. I like the more reserved Liv like that, more calculated than just her screaming all the time. I thought it was a nice change of pace. And I thought best champion ever. This I thought was really good. Any more thoughts on that promo?
She's just brilliant. I love Liv, and I wanted to smash Stephanie Vaquer and have her back, having her title as she deserves it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, like she said, she's Royal Rumble winner, women's champion, Money in the Bank winner, Crown Jewel champion. She's done it all. Yeah, no faults with Liv. What else? Gunther and Dragon Lee. That was a great match.
Great match.
Banger,
Right?
absolute banger. There was a point in that match where I thought it'd gone on too long,
Yes,
but
I
then
know
it
what you
was
mean.
like, but then it was like, oh, actually, this is
Second wind.
This is getting intense, and because there was a part of me that thought, oh, this could have been a quick win, but
Mhm.
actually, I was wrong, and I think they played it brilliantly.
Yeah.
Dragon Lee came out as an absolute fighter, but still just to the absolute brutality of some of those chops.
Yeah, exactly. And Gunther again, he just is such a bitch, pulling off the mask for the win. Do you know what I mean? It just each time you think, where's it going to go, and he just delves in that little bit deeper to be that bastard
Best
heel
heel in the
character.
business at the moment.
Oh, brilliant!
Yeah.
Best heel in the
You,
business.
you know what's crazy? You know the crazy thing about Gunther is that he could just win this match, but he still
He pulled him up from the pin.
Yeah.
right. He can win this. He doesn't have to pull his mask off. He can just simply be like, nah, it's all good. I'm just gonna chop you until your upper half don't work.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he's like, no. I'm gonna
Yeah.
pull this mask off.
Yeah, yeah. No, it was great. And, the respect, they put the towel over him, played into it, really good. So, yeah, top quality match. It'll be interesting to see where Gunther goes from here. We've talked about potentially like Rey Mysterio coming back to defend his friend, and maybe that's going to be a match at WrestleMania. Maybe retire Rey. Who knows what's going to happen there?
I was
They've
thinking
just
about I was thinking about Ray because
Mhm.
he keeps getting injured, and it's like I know the guy can still go. But
Yeah.
maybe his body is starting to go. What are you doing?
Yeah, well,
I
he's
just
picked
wanna
up a few
stop."
injuries, really. Yeah. And have you seen how much he's appearing without his mask in public now as well? Lots of stuff with fans. He's out without his mask for a lot, which is interesting.
I think he's the next person to get retired.
Yeah, I'd agree. Just so heading over to the chat, Richard, Liv Morgan promo also coincides with the fact that the women's promo for WrestleMania is not knowing who's going to show up at the table. Yeah, it's a line delivered in there, and then we kind of see a clip of Liv. Obviously, Io's in that promo, and Becky's in that promo. Charlotte's in that promo. We don't know what their road to WrestleMania looks like, so it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Steve, Oba versus Rusev. Yeah, big meaty men slapping man meat. Yes, we want more of this. Nice to see someone standing up to Oba, not being afraid. But yeah, so it looks like there is a match next week. So that'll be really interesting. Alex.
But cue all the people on the internet bitching when Rusev loses.
Yeah.
Because that's the problem is Rusev's done nothing
No.
since he got back.
Mhm.
And there's been lots of moaning about that. And now he's going to get murdered by Oba.
Yeah, 100%. So I'm just laughing at the chat because these guys literally, as I'm thinking, Jumping Jeff, I got some ice cream and you ain't got none. Alex is like, want a lick? Psych. We should just do a podcast about Raw. We should just do a podcast about Eddie Murphy Raw.
We should do that on Creative Control.
Richard, please never say the words men slapping meat more meaty ever again. Well, if you post a comment, I have to say it. So there we go. It's just been reset. What else have we got? So let's just talk about the opening of Raw. So obviously we talked about Seth coming back, stomping Paul Heyman, right thing to do because of the way the vision played out. But the fact that Paul Heyman's taken into the ambulance, then we have Jimmy Uso coming out of the car and hitting Theory. And then we have LA Knight in the ambulance. And it's don't worry, we'll make sure he gets the care he needs, and drives off almost hitting the guy in the yellow jacket. Yeah, right. And I was just like, it was such a fun opening of Raw. And it was like a real throwback. Like Undertaker drove the ambulance and stuff like that. With was it Stone Cold in the ambulance? I think when somebody was in the ambulance.
He drove with Vince in the ambulance, definitely.
Oh, right. It was Vince, yeah.
I mean, there was a limousine with Teddy Long.
Yeah, but no, I thought that was a real
limousines on WWE TV.
Yeah, no, but yeah. So Steve said he drove the limo. That's right. But no, there's definitely one where Undertaker's like in the front of an ambulance,
And
in the back.
he turns around and goes, "Where to, Stephanie?" And he drives it off. Yeah.
Yeah, come to think of it, he's kidnapped Stephanie in a limousine. He kidnapped Teddy Long in a limousine. He's possibly kidnapped somebody else in an ambulance. Like he's no these barbs around this brother.
Yeah, but anyway, we're not condoning Grand Theft Auto. LA Knight should be punished for his actions on Raw, absolutely. But that led obviously to a match between Jimmy and Austin Theory. We've kind of mentioned that, so that looks like maybe a tag team thing that could happen. I think it's probably the right thing for the Vision right now because you can't put them in any other main event picture, but a feud with the Usos, that'll kind of work. WWE, don't get into a limo or any chauffeur driven service. Yeah, no, absolutely. Because it could end up exploding and killing you for you to come back a couple of days later. What else did we have? Obafemi, obviously we spoke about him, but obviously he squashed the Miz as well on SmackDown. We had
so funny and I loved it.
Yeah, it was a great match. Really, really good. Miz is a perfect person to work with. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, no, brilliant. And then we had Jordan Grace defeating Candice LeRae. We had Uncle Howdy defeating Solo Sikoa. No one's caring about that at the moment, I don't think. Tiffany Stratton defeated Kairi Sane. Somebody needs to help Kairi Sane.
Solo match on the even though we don't care about the feud anymore, it was a great match.
Yeah, it was a good match. Yeah,
it was a really good match. And on the Candice LeRae thing, have you seen Johnny Gargano's latest thing?
Yeah,
his depression.
Depression.
He was planking.
Oh, the treadmill. I'd be really interested to see where that goes. It's really, really funny stuff. Really good. And WWE Hall of Fame, Axe and Smash, The Demolition joined the class of 2026 along with Stephanie McMahon and Grand Slam champion AJ Styles. So well deserved to Demolition. They were a tag team back when I was growing up. And
before New Day, it was Demolition were the longest reigning champions.
Indeed it was. It was. And we spoke about original El Grande Americano. The match was good. I thought the match was entertaining.
Of course it was, because of who's in it.
Fantastic talent. But when does this finish? They can't drag this to WrestleMania, surely.
Yeah, I agree. I want Chad Gable to be Chad Gable.
Yeah.
Especially because Kaiser's a better Grande Americano.
Yeah. He is. He is. And they love him over in AAA and stuff like that. He actually goes over really well. So yeah, but I mean, Chad Gable's not even hiding it anymore, is he? He's just like all his backstage stuff. And then Raw next week, we have a gauntlet match for the Intercontinental title, #1 contenders for the Women's Championship. We've got Io Sky, we've got Raquel Rodriguez, we've got Bailey, we've got Lyra Valkyria. How do we see that panning out, guys?
I wouldn't surprise. I imagine Lyra might pull it off, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was Raquel.
Mm-hmm.
I bloody hate gauntlet matches. They are my least favorite match type. I'm actually going to put a poll in the chat.
You know what?
Good. Let's do
I
it.
agree with you, except for one gauntlet match, which is still the greatest gauntlet match of all time.
Tag one.
The New Day. The New Day's gauntlet match.
Oh, what for Kofi going to Mania?
For Kofi going to Mania.
Yes.
But that's because
definitely.
it had a decent story behind it.
Yeah, there's a story behind it. Yeah, no, I agree. So yes, Lyra Valkyria, Bailey, Io Sky, Raquel Rodriguez, Asuka, Ivy Nile. So there are contenders. The other advertised match is obviously Obafemi versus Rusev. They can't drag Obafemi versus Rusev out to Mania, can they?
Nah. I don't think Obafemi's answering Brock's challenge, neither.
Yeah,
I think
interesting.
it's really too early for Oba to be doing that.
And we've mentioned it on last week's show. The Brock Lesnar challenge is like, let's see who's left over. Let's see how the story pans out, because they don't need to commit to that at all until literally the night of the show. I mean, it could even be Danhausen. So
I think it's going to be Royce Keys. I know we were joking earlier that he's
right,
but I think it'll be Royce Keys.
maybe he doesn't turn up until that night. Oh,
Yeah.
well, the thing is, not many people know about him, so I don't think he can come out of Mania and answer that challenge. He has to have a build up.
He's on
because
the
I
pot,
don't-
though, isn't he? They're
I
pushing
think,
that
you
pot.
know what it is? I think that's the key. I think in the complete opposite way. I think you can just have him not do a thing, not see this man on TV, and then at Mania, bang his music out. He walks out. You could have Brock's whole reaction be like, basically, who is this?
Mm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you just have them come to the ring, they wrestle, and all you have is simple. You have Brock do an F5, he kicks out.
Kicks out and one.
He kicks out. He doesn't even need to win the match after that.
Mm.
Just the fact that he kicks out, have Brock react like, did you just kick out?
Mm-hmm.
And then you've already set up somebody who's someone to watch.
You can have Brock lose his shit and get himself disqualified because he can't.
Yeah.
He can't put Royce away.
Mm-hmm.
The
But how
build
does
to
that put Royce over? Oh, you mean like
Because
after the win?
No.
So as in you
Royce
have
wins
him
by
just keep kicking
DQ.
out.
Right.
Royce wins by DQ because Brock just goes mental and just then starts beating him.
Is that a great WrestleMania moment for him because he kicked out and then he got beat the shit out of and then that gives him a win at Mania?
No,
Or
but
does-
you don't have him kick out of one. You don't have him kick out of one. You have him kick out multiple times. You have it that Brock Lesnar couldn't put this guy away. What?
so much so he gets frustrated.
Even so much so that he beats Brock on a DQ. But what happens is the what that puts into you going forward storyline wise. Brock Lesnar couldn't put this guy away. The Brock Lesnar who destroyed John Cena on multiple occasions. This is the Brock Lesnar who broke flipping Triple H's arm, who's done so much to this wrestler and that wrestler.
Mm.
He couldn't put this guy away.
I think
What does that do? What does that do? His next opponent, Royce's next opponent, the first move they do is their finisher. He kicks out at one. He wins. And
I
it just goes on and wins and wins and wins.
Is
I can
is
see
is Royce?
we've got-
Is he that big a name?
I think we've got these with the advertised dates for Brock to appear, and each time Brock's going to appear, Paul Heyman's going to be with him, and he's going to go, no one in the back has the balls to come and face the beast. The challenge is open. No one's coming out, and no one comes out. Gets the day of Mania, the pair of them in the ring. No one's got the balls to come face Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. This man broke the streak. This man destroyed John Cena. None of you. Out comes Royce Keys, and I tell you what, Royce Keys beats him. Brock vanishes.
Okay.
You've just made a bloke in one night. Paul Heyman constantly says on panel shows, what do? You do the one thing that hasn't been done before.
Yeah.
You break the streak. You beat Goldberg beats him in 11 seconds. Or what?
Yeah.
You know, you do something that's not been done before, and I can see it. I think that will make Royce Keys
Okay.
huge
All right.
instantly.
Good shout. Dot Steve says in AEW Powerhouse Hobbs was pretty good. So yeah, I haven't seen enough of him to comment. So fair enough. He also said, yeah, and also he said the thing you've seen the thing with the Americanos, the heel wears black. Yeah, so we saw that El Grande Americano, not the original, but the new version, is wearing black, and in AAA they're the opposite way around with black attire. So apparently the faces wear black. So that is interesting. So he's like a face in AAA.
The best thing about the Grande Americano thing is the arguments between Corey Graves and Michael Cole. Their commentary, especially over that, is brilliant. Where
Did you see when he called out a move and Michael Cole's like, "That's Michael," and he's just like, he's just like, "Well, you don't know." He's just like, "I'm the one to AAA." Yeah. It's like, whoa, watch your step, Corey. You might be back down in NXT before you know it.
Those two have such great chemistry.
Yeah, it is really
Such
good.
great chemistry.
It is. No, I've AAA Chad Gable is the heel. Yes. No. Okay. Yeah. No. Exactly that. So, Ludwig is face, but on Raw is Chad Fave and Ludwig heel. Yeah. No. I agree. Yeah. Ludwig Kaiser is the face in AAA. And yeah, they don't like the original because obviously he doesn't speak Spanish and he's American. He's wearing the red, white, and the blue. So yeah, no, totally with you, Steve, on that one. I get it. Right, guys, is there anything else you want to talk about WWE from the last week? We good?
No, I think we're good. And apparently I'm wrong because 60% of our vote like gauntlet matches. I mean, 60% of our audience are obviously wrong.
Facts.
Sometimes you have to be right just at 40%.
Yeah, Steve, Soul Rooker to Raw.
I'm right all the time.
Steve, Soul Rooker to Raw after Mania. Yeah, I see that happening. I think that'd be the right call up. Definitely. She's a fantastic talent, and yeah, the quicker they get onto the main roster, the better. Yeah, totally agree with that. Look, we'll be doing sort of like on the road to WrestleMania, we'll start planning and booking our WrestleMania, how we would do it. We'll do a show dedicated to that. And so if you guys have got comments on each week, we'll obviously consider those. We'll talk about it, but yeah, we'll definitely do a special on that one. There's no more PLEs now till Mania, right? That's it. Or is there a Saturday night main event?
Not
Do
that I
they
know.
classify Saturday Night Main Event as a PLE?
No, but it's a heightened show in a sense, you know. So, but no, there's no more PLEs. But I would have thought there's probably a Saturday night main event. Obviously, they're touring in Europe, aren't they?
I'm just annoyed. I'm going to be on the right bloody continent when Mania's out, and I'm not going to be able to watch the freaking thing. I'm going to have to try and avoid the WrestleMania results until I'm home on the 22nd.
Gee, yeah, that's not happening. You'll have to exit. You'll have to mute the group completely. Also,
you can all go in my Discord and go and chat in the spoilers chat in my
yeah, and WrestleMania starting early, right? So they've moved the time for WrestleMania, and it's going to be like, is it 10 p.m. UK time? I believe it is now. Which is fantastic. Yeah, Sam posted something in the group, and I know I saw that they shifted the time. Let's do...
I mean, I saw the whole talk about next year's
ESPN.
Mania being at like 10 o'clock in the afternoon or something, or 10 o'clock in the morning or something.
Yeah, no, I'm sure they've moved it.
They've moved it, and they're putting the first hour live on ESPN, aren't they? and it's
Yeah, no, exactly. I'll have to
That
have a
doesn't
little
make
look at
any
this
sense.
because
You've got the
normally
first
it's 12
hour.
a.m. So they've officially moved the start time. So start time 10:30. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It'll be live from Las.
Hours between the UK and
Mhm.
Vegas.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so like it's gonna start like 4 p.m. No, normally it was gonna start from 4, but it's starting at like 2:30 p.m. So they've moved it earlier in the afternoon in Vegas. So obviously that means we get it early. So yeah, which is amazeballs.
Not complaining about
So yeah, we'll definitely be doing the live stream for that. Yeah, no, definitely. So that's awesome. Wrestling is awesome. Right, guys, we're going to wrap it up there. Thank you very much for being here, Alex, Neil, and Lee. Is there anything you want to shout about before we go?
I am doing a whole thing about gaining muscle. I'm on a cut, trying to get looking good for the holiday where I'm going to miss things. So I'm posting twice.
He's
a day
going to America
on
for
all
the
my
Brock
socials.
Lesnar Open Challenge.
Yes,
He's just keeping it
That's-
secret.
Yeah, I wish. No, I don't wish. No, why don't what's going?
Why would you wish this?
No, I don't want to go.
All right, how can people follow your journey, mate?
Thank you, and I'll come out to more cobwebs than Danhausen.
How can people follow your journey on that one, mate?
TikTok, Instagram, and my YouTube. Alex Van Gene Racing on YouTube and at Alex Van Gene on TikTok and Instagram.
Coolio. Neil, what about you?
Nothing from me, sir.
Nothing for you. And HR, anything else?
nothing HR related for me. I am tempted to start doing HR related critique on old wrestling clips. Like, yeah,
Nice.
start some
Oh, that would be
HR
amazing.
proof.
That's
I was
brilliant.
thinking-
I love that.
Vince McMahon will feature a little bit. Maybe Trish barking like a dog. That's not HR approved.
Kiss
But
my
yeah,
ass
the
club.
Stacey-
Yeah.
Was it the Stacy Keebler on the table?
Yeah.
I'll review that video with you. I'll
We're on
support
it.
you with that. Yeah. Steve, Soul Van Gene, Kenna needs to see the photo.
You have done.
Oh, I have. Oh,
Done
right.
all the
Yes.
AI pictures that
Yes,
lot
I have
is
seen.
doing.
Thank you for that, Steve. I've had nightmares since. Yeah, appreciate
Don't be silly. You're attracted. You're more attracted.
you have to hide the truth behind lies. Right. Thank you very much, John. I appreciate it. Thank you everyone in the chat. Really appreciate you. Thank you for chiming in with all your thoughts and comments. This is why we do what we do. This is why we do what we do. So yeah, we really appreciate you being here. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe, hit that bell to get notified. As I said, if you want to support the show, scan that QR code, which you can find in the top right hand corner. That will take you to a link where you can buy all your WWE merchandise, all official. It's just through our link. We just basically get support for the show, so that'd be fantastic. So we really appreciate it. Steve, fantastic show again. Thanks, guys. Thank you very much, Steve. If you ever want to be on the show, you're more than welcome. Reach out to Alex and we can make it happen. So depends if you want to get in front of the camera, or you can wear a
Tag
mask.
yourself
You
in,
can be a
Steve.
mask man.
Yourself in.
Yeah, more than welcome to come and join us, buddy. So absolutely. Thank you everyone on TikTok. Really appreciate you watching and getting involved. Make sure you hit that follow on TikTok. We do this every Tuesday, 8:45 p.m. UK time, where we talk WWE wrestling. This show will go out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, everything. So yeah, that's about it. So I'm going to sign off here, and thank you very much. And so until next time, gentlemen, ladies, peace out.